Yay, I think we're live. Aren't we
We're
live? I
live.
think we're live. This is brand new. We've never done this before. Now, I've done live. You've done live.
But never together.
Never together. So this
Two
is,
Montana girls.
woo, we're excited. This is so great. It's our 22nd adoption celebration, and you are with us. So we're so glad you're here. And even if you're watching this later, we're so glad that you're tuning in because we have a ton of great stories. We're going to have some music, special music. I'm Melissa Montana. Hopefully you figured that out with Star 88.3. And this is my joy and the love of my life, Lachey Montana. Woo!
Yes.
But we call her Shay also.
Mhm.
So Shay, what's this mean to you for us to get to do this?
I love being able to do this with
Yeah.
you. Obviously, this is a yearly tradition,
Yes.
and this year we're doing it a little bit different, but still making it fun, still having fun
love it.
together. Yes.
And
Love
you
it.
know, you've done this with me since you were a little
Yes.
baby. Of course, this is where it all started.
Mhm.
We've been doing it like how many years again?
22.
22.
Even though I don't remember all of them. 22 years.
You probably don't because you were a baby when
Yes.
this all started. So when God put us together, when she was a baby and I got to go to Guatemala, God had a plan and he knew that we were supposed to be the
Mhm.
Montana girls forever and ever.
Yes.
And it's been an incredible journey. And isn't it amazing how God orchestrates our lives together because we're so much alike?
Yes, two peas in a pod. It's kind of scary, but we complement each other well.
Yes,
Definitely.
definitely. So as she grows and matures and gets older, she'll take on some of the things that I've learned. So right now it's in that stage where we're having so much fun. We're
Mhm.
just loving life, aren't we?
Yes.
You
love it.
graduated from college early, a year early.
Year early, thankfully, to kind of avoid some of this pandemic going on. But yes, just enjoying my time and getting to spend time with you.
I love it. So you're working hard, you're doing all that. Life's good, God's good. And we know that this year has just been a little crazy. We know we've all experienced that. We got to go out and do drive-by blessings when everyone went in. We went out to bless
Mhm.
people with our signs and prayed for people. And it was a great opportunity. So we knew even back then we needed to do things a little bit different. So as you're accommodating your differences, we are also trying to serve you and love you. And adoption is my heart, our hearts.
Both.
And yes, we love that. And foster care is part of that too. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. We've got adoption stories for you. Want to also thank somebody that made this possible is our wonderful sponsor. Thank you, Rex Patterson, Patterson Law, LLC. We get to hear from Rex in just a little while and hear from him with some of this expertise and information that maybe you're looking at adoption or foster care. He'll be able to help you out with that. So I'm excited about the stories.
I know. I love the
Oh,
stories. We have some great families to hear from.
Really great families. You remember the first one? Big family, big together family, biological and adopted, and they are adorable.
Yes, they are. I
So
love their
adorable.
family.
We love this family, love them all. This one, you're going to be just, I don't know, I think you're going to be thrilled because you'll feel like if they can do that, I certainly
do
can
it.
do this. You know,
Yes.
gives me encouragement. I'm a single adoptive mom, but knowing that they have all that going on, we know that this will encourage you also. So we'd love to hear from the Morris family.
Hi, Melissa on Star 88.3. We're the Morrises, and adoption has been a big part of our life, and we wanted you to have a chance to meet everyone.
Yeah, this is adoption month coming up, and why don't you come in and meet our crew? Come on, Melissa, let's see the crew. Hi, guys. Hi. All right, we'll start with Jackson.
Hi, my name is Jackson. We're playing one of our favorite card games, golf, and I'm 12.
Hi, my name is Josie and I'm 9 years old. Hi, my name is Jet and I'm 9 years old.
Hi, my name is Jayla and I'm 14.
Hi, my name is JC and I'm 10.
And over at this table is our littler guys here, and we are doing crafts. Jazzy, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jazzy and I'm 7 years old and we're coloring seashells.
And who are you sitting with?
Juliet.
Julia, how old are you? You're 2. Can you say 2?
Yes.
Good girl.
Hi, my name is Jessa and I'm 5 years old. We're coloring seashells. Hi, my name is Jonah and I am 9 years old.
Jovi, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Julie. I'm going to the wake.
Good. How old are you?
3.
3.
Hi, my name is Jaden. I'm 5 years old and I'm from China.
Thanks, Melissa, for joining us. We know that adoption has its ups and downs. If anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're on Facebook under Julie Johnson Morris, or feel free to reach out to Star 883. Thanks, Melissa.
Oh my goodness. They are so adorable.
We love them.
Love
so
them.
Cute.
I mean, what goes through your mind when you're thinking of, you're not used to it because you don't have all those siblings.
No.
All these kids all around the house, how they do this. And I know
Right.
I've been around them enough. They're like so organized and
Yes,
together.
so put together, outfits matching, clean,
Yes.
just such an amazing family. I don't know how. I mean, I'm an only child. It's just both
Sure.
of us, and we don't look like that sometimes.
I know we're not always together
No.
all the time, and yet they do this. But I know
Mhm.
it's a calling too. Also, I know that people will say, "How do you do that?" or "How do you adopt or get in foster care?" And there are people that are doing foster care that I just think, "Wow, you're heroes.
Mhm.
You're amazing to be able to do that." And I know that God has called you to do that. But I kind of want to bring up, if you see that family doing that, maybe that's not for you. I think in my lifestyle, I probably couldn't do 10 or 12 kids.
No, just
You've been
one.
great.
I'm enough, I guess.
She's enough. And it's all good. I love it
Mhm.
that you're all that you are. It's so great. But I know that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed by that. So that's not for everybody.
No.
What do you think for someone that feels like, I'm just not sure whether to step out on faith about this and try something new?
I mean, just kind of getting your foot into the water, just asking those questions,
Yeah.
talking to people around you. I mean, everyone's usually so supportive of adoption, and like you don't
Yes.
even realize it until you start having those conversations with people. And there's just, your family, your friends, everybody, but just getting that conversation started.
I think that's a good idea. It's fun how even over the years, as you've gotten older, people hear about your story
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing," don't
Yes,
they? They
yes.
don't realize, because we're just, so used to being family. We don't see a difference, and
No.
like, this is normal for us.
Yeah, I don't think about it when I meet people until somehow it comes up of adoption and they're so intrigued. But I love that I'm able to share my story with
Yes.
other people, and I don't know who I'm impacting, and
Yeah.
just getting to share that with.
Well, share your story. If you are an
Mhm.
adoptive family or a foster care family, don't forget to share that with somebody else, because somebody probably needs to hear that. So I love it. And again, this has been 22 years of
I
us
know.
doing this. I remember
Crazy.
when we first started, because we've done it at a lot of different churches over the years. So we've had a lot of different venues to kind of spread out the joy of adoption. And with this year and COVID and everybody not being able to gather, we had to do it different. But the last couple of years have been at Sweetwater.
Yes.
Oh, that's been special too.
So fun.
So special. But I was referring to, I remember when you were little, I'd always bring you up on the stage. I remember carrying this baby
Mhm.
on the stage and thinking, I'm so in love. I don't know what to do. I mean, when I got to have you in my life and bring you home, I was so in love with this baby that I prayed for years. And even being a single mom, this is everything I had wanted. And so I thought, what do you do? I mean, do you just go back to normal and act
Back
like,
to
yeah, I got a
normal,
baby, no big deal? No, I thought I need to do something. I need to help other people. I need to celebrate. More than anything, I wanted to celebrate. And out of that celebration, I realized that people probably need help and encouragement like I did.
Yeah. If
And-
you don't have anybody in your life to
Yes.
talk to about that, yes.
So we've got a lot of resources for you also. We'll talk about this again, but a lot of great agencies have stood with us this time, especially every year. We have agencies that show up for our adoption celebration. And since we couldn't be together, we're like, we still want your name out there, because if you're interested, and again, we know that people are going to watch this later, share this with other people in your life, even if it's privately or it's not on your page. I'm going to put this on my personal page after this. Share this, because people are asking questions. They want to know about adoption. What is it? Where do I go? Where do I start? A ton of agencies. Go to our star883.com, not just Facebook page, but our website, and on the banner there, Adoption Celebration banner, all the agencies will be there. There are your resources. And then we also have an Adoption Celebration Facebook page that we're growing, want to grow that more. All of those resources are there. So thanks to all of those. We'll call their names out in just a little bit. But we want to be a resource for you and let you know it's good to step out in faith, ask the questions, because in life, if we don't try to do something different, we don't learn, right?
Yeah,
You don't
you
know.
never know unless you try.
Have you ever tried something different that's been worth it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yes. And I never regret it. I just go with that mindset. Like, this is your one opportunity to try it. Just try it.
Even if it doesn't turn out the way you
Yeah.
thought it would turn out.
Yes.
God will use that, right?
Yes. Always learning from the experiences
Yeah.
is part of it.
Oh, my daughter. I love this. She's growing up. It's not that
Learn
baby
from
anymore.
the best.
Oh, I love you.
Love
Okay.
you.
I think it's time for another story. Another family that we
Yes. Love.
this family. They're close to us, very important to us. And he's part of our star board also.
Mhm.
We want to hear from and see this beautiful family. It's the Bontrager family.
Hey, Star family, welcome. This is the Bontrager home, and we'd love to have you come on in. Meet our family. I'm Kevin, and you'll get to know the rest of our family in a minute. Hi again, we're the Bontrager family, as I said before. Crazy bunch of 7 that God's put together in a fun and unique way. Let's get to know everybody here.
Hi, my name is Jacob and I'm 7. Hi, my name is Deacon and I am 9 years old and I like basketball. My name is Luca and I'm 11 years old and I like ice cream.
Hi, I'm Kaya. I'm 15 and I love to practice the art of cosmetics.
My name is Cademan. I am 16 years old, and
I think you like basketball, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's safe to say.
I'm Sherry, and our family is just a beautiful blessing, and God has put us together uniquely. Our first 3 children were adopted as infants, and then God surprised us with 2 biological children that we weren't expecting in a perfect way. We're just so grateful.
Amen. Yes. And so, those of you out in Starland that are thinking about adopting, we had a lot of fears. We had a lot of fears before we went into it. But what we found out is God provided a way. Financially, he made it happen. There are a lot of resources out there. So if you're afraid of those kinds of things, don't be. If you're afraid about what people are going to say, who cares? God's going to provide a way. And it's always going to be way better than you could ever imagine. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was younger, we were going to adopt Luca. And I remember every night praying, "Dear God, I hope that we can adopt this little girl and I hope we can have a little sister."
Awesome.
That was the best part, is just looking forward to having someone I can pick on and share my highs and lows with.
That's right. And each one of our kids has a unique personality and gift. And that's what's so cool to watch. We don't know which direction they're all going to go, but God's got this, and he's got you too. So God bless everybody, and thanks for coming into our home. Check out the webpage at star883.com for more information, and we're happy to talk to anybody anytime as well. We're out there on Facebook. We're real people, and we love you. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Another
great
one.
family.
They are so cute. Bontragers, we love you also.
Mhm.
Thank you for that. Man, just to see a family come together like that and see that there's all different kinds of families, all different kind of looks in families, and we're all meant to be together.
Mhm.
I love the diversity. And isn't that a
Yes.
beautiful thing?
Yes, and they pair so well.
Oh, so great. All the kids are adorable. So great people there. Again, someone else, if you know them or want to track them down on Facebook, if you have questions, that's the best thing to do, is to talk to someone that has been there, done it. I love it when people come to me and say, "Hey, can you tell me where to start?"
Mhm.
I would love to help you with that. So again, you can always reach out to me. Lots of ways to get to me through Star 883 or on my Facebook page if we're friends on there. But you want resources, and we know that. So we've provided resources for you. And so we have a list of those. And there's kind of something for everybody. Each agency kind of focuses or features certain areas. Some are more domestic, some Some might be international, some do both. Some are working with foster care, some with different ages. So you want to ask a number of questions so you can find out what works best for you and your family. And don't be afraid to ask questions. I had questions, I wanted a baby, to start young and have this baby. And I didn't know if I would be allowed to. In some countries I couldn't, some that I could, but God orchestrated all of that and knew that my daughter was going to be born in Guatemala and we were meant to be.
Yes.
Meant to be. So we want to do this. I think it's kind of a fun time how about some music?
Yes. Love music.
Love music. Well, we have somebody special in our life also, Mr. Isaac. We love him. He and his family are also an adoptive family. And he was gracious enough to take a little time, get the guitar out.
Yes.
Did you want to get the guitar out?
No.
We got a piano right here. Okay.
That's you.
That's okay. Another time.
Not me.
So we want to hear what Isaac has to say, and maybe you can sing along too.
Hi, my name's Isaac, and I'm the worship pastor at Pathway Community Church. At this time, 5 years ago, my wife and I were in India making preparations to bring our new daughter home back to the States. And in the 5 years since that time, we've learned a lot about brokenness, kindness, patience, and more than anything, God's love. And as I think about my daughter and I think about the best thing that I can do as an adoptive parent, the best thing I can do is to help her know that she's a child of God, to help her know that her identity is firmly in Christ first. Not in our family, not in this country, not in this city, but as a child of God and a daughter of our Savior. So that's a song that I just want to sing for you today as we think about adoption. Who am I that the highest King would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Whom the Son sets free. Oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Whom the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Oh, I am who you say I am. Whom the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child
Oh, so good. That was so good.
I know.
I
So
know. Isaac, thank you so much. Isaac Norris, he's worship leader at Pathway
Mhm.
Community Church. So I know a lot of people know him. He's been a part of worship around this community. So it's just kind of nice to know. And maybe you didn't know that he and his wife are an adoptive family also. Kind of cool to hear who all is out there. Aren't you
Never
amazed?
know. You really never know.
Yes, I am so amazed how many people know that this love of adoption and foster care is truly a real thing in thousands and thousands of families and homes. So we want you to know that if it's something you're thinking about or you're praying about it, it's worth it. Do it. Go for it, right?
Yes.
I know.
Jump in. You never
Jump
know
in.
unless you try.
That's right. See, it's so worth it. I love it. I'm so thankful for that. So thankful that God put families together through adoption and foster care. And we're just thankful to be able to do this today. Again, I'm going to ask you to share this. I hear people doing that on their pages. And I'm like,
Yes.
oh, that's great. But I'm like, no, now we get to say this.
Share.
Share
on your page.
on your page. Yeah. So again, I'm going to do this on my personal page. When some of you are watching now, when you get done, share it on your page if you don't mind, because think of somebody is going to see the link that you shared from this, and they're going to say, I needed to hear that. I was asking God to speak to me
Mhm.
about this. And I really needed to know what's next and how to do this. So we have resources. Where are those?
In the comment section below. They've all been posted, so you can scroll through them and see, click on, find what you need to find.
Yeah, tons of agencies
Mhm.
there. And thanks to every one of those. Again, we're going to say their name in just a little bit. And we couldn't be doing this. You know, it's taking a production team. This is not just our little
No.
phone doing this. There's a whole production thing going on right here. Thanks to Nathan Kreider. We love him. He's NK
Video.
NK
Yes,
Video.
NK
So if you have needs for production work, Nathan, I'm throwing you out there. I hope you're okay. Anything you need, video production, he's the man for you. And so we've got his link on there also. And you'll see that at the end of this. So connect with him, Nate Kreider. He's the man and so great to work with.
So friendly.
Yeah, so friendly. Not just because he's there. He really is.
Yes, not because he's right here.
He's getting embarrassed. He's like, no, no, Nate's great. Thank you so much. Couldn't do this without you and all the production work and the microphones, but also couldn't do this because it does require some investment to get all this put together. Thanks to Rex Patterson. Bless his heart. Let me tell you, I'm so honored when I talk to somebody and I say, look, we're wanting to do this adoption celebration thing and it's got to be different. And so we have to figure out how to do this. Would you be interested in helping make that happen? And he said, absolutely. Bless my heart. So thankful for people that say yes.
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 Be a yes person.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. I love that. Be a yes person. So Rex Patterson, who is Patterson Law LLC, is our sponsor for the adoption celebration. He has insight and you're like, where do I go? What are the legal questions I need to deal with? He's a gentleman that can do that. He loves God and he knows that God is all over adoption. So I think it's best. Maybe we ought to hear from Rex.
Yes, let's hear from him.
All right, let's hear from Rex.
Hi, my name is Rex Patterson, and I'm the attorney and owner at Patterson Law LLC. I'm excited to be here with you to celebrate the adoption celebration on Star 883. My goal is to provide you some education and information on the adoption process.
Why should someone consider adoption?
Well, there's several reasons why a family might consider adoption. No matter your individual reasoning, there are 60 verses in the Bible that talk about how God has a special place in his heart for orphans. Here are some of my favorites. Hosea 14:3, for in you the fatherless find compassion. Psalm 82:3, defend the cause of the weak and fatherless, maintain the rights of the poor and oppressed. And John 14:18, I will not leave you as orphans, I will come to you. The other thing is that there's a huge need that exists in the world today. According to UNICEF, there's an estimated 153 million children worldwide who are orphans. And every day, an estimated 5,700 more children become orphans. Even here more locally, in the United States, there are approximately 437,000 children in the foster care system.
For those seeking adoption, where would they find children in need?
It's a great question. The first place I tell people is to look locally. Talk to others in your church and let friends and family know that you're interested in adoption. You'd be surprised how some opportunities unfold. I know one couple I worked with who have adopted 3 children in the last 5 years. 2 of those I assisted with, and they became connected with the mother through word of mouth. They were able to come alongside her and help her through the process, and were even able to be in the delivery room when the children were born. Another great place to look is the Indiana Adoption Program. The website is www.adoptuskids.org, and then you click on the state of Indiana, where you can find hundreds of children in foster care who are wanting to find a home. I was blessed to be appointed as guardian ad litem on a case that is an amazing story. The child's parents' rights were terminated through Department of Child Services. He had 2 siblings that were adopted, but he was left behind due to anger issues. I was able to walk with this young man while he went from over 16 different foster homes and facilities in a span of 4 years. Over time, he finally sought to be adopted and found an amazing family that welcomed him. His adoption was finalized this year, all because someone chose to answer the call to adopt. Another place to look is through adoption agencies, and there's several local good ones to go through for both local and international adoptions. And then a fourth situation that I have dealt with quite a bit through my practice is step-parent adoptions, and that also has a special place in my heart. My wife and I started dating when her daughter was 10 months old, and we eventually married, and then on March 12th of 2011, that adoption was finalized, and I was able to adopt her daughter, which is our daughter now, Bryn. And I'd like to have Bryn come on and say hi real quick to everybody.
Hi.
There she is. Love you.
Love you too.
We've been super blessed by our adoption story as well.
What are the costs involved with adoption?
It really varies pretty widely depending on what kind of adoption that you do. International adoptions are obviously very expensive. Some of the more domestic options, including especially if you don't go through an adoption agency, can be pretty reasonable. There's also some different financial assistance and benefits, especially if you end up going through the adoption of hard-to-place children or foster children. There's quite a few adoption subsidies that the state provides. The children can also be eligible for Medicaid, and I know there's several local churches and religious organizations that provide assistance and do fundraisers for adoptions. The last thing is, I know there's also some tax benefits and breaks that you can get for the cost of doing the adoption. I would just encourage you to seek an opportunity and to pray about it, and then to take a little leap of faith. God will show up in amazing ways, and He'll help walk you through the process. If you're more interested in getting a consultation, you can call my office at 260-247-8383 for a free consultation and to get more information.
Mr. Rex Patterson, thank you, Patterson LLC. Isn't that sweet?
I love his story. I didn't know it.
I know, that's so sweet. So he's giving you all this information and telling you answers to your questions that you probably have. And then he tells a story about his little girl.
I know.
She walks in and they hug you because that's just so precious. So we're having our 22nd adoption celebration. This is our annual event. It's the first time, though, we've gone live virtually. And this all started back with this sweet girl right here.
Yes.
Yay, this is Lachey Montana, my daughter. You've heard me talk about. We call her Shay. And Shay, you are 22. So 22 years, 22. You get that? When I brought her home as a baby, then this all started. And I thought, what are we going to do? How do we celebrate something so fabulous? It's just, I don't take it for granted. I know that God put us together for a purpose, and we're so excited about that. We love this, don't we?
I think this is so fun. I like this virtual.
Do you?
It's kind of fun.
It is.
I miss seeing everybody.
I do
but
too.
This is kind of fun.
It is. So again, we hope that you will share this, pass it to somebody else. There's going to be somebody that says, oh, I saw you share that on your page. I've been praying about that. We wondered where to go and what to do. And now we know what to do. The greatest thing that we can hear is when someone says, hey, we went to your adoption celebration a year ago, 2 years ago. Now we're bringing our child home.
Or they have their child with them.
Yes.
We've had so many stories where they bring home the child and they get to come to the adoption celebration again. And
Oh,
then,
I
like,
love it.
touches my heart.
I know.
So
It's
cute.
So great. And to think it started with one sweet baby girl.
Yeah.
And yet there's so many other people that need to be encouraged. So that's why we're doing this.
Mhm.
And again, we miss not being with everybody in a big group, but this way you can share it. And ultimately, we're hoping thousands of people with the outreach of this will get to see it. So we just want to be a blessing and ministry through adoption and foster care. So another thing, let me go through the list here. First, I want to say thank you again to Patterson Law LLC for being our major sponsor. But these are some of the agencies that say, we're here, we want to help you, we'll support you. If you want to go check it out, White's Residential and Family Services. And then what's this one?
Hand in Hand International Adoptions.
And then Indiana Adoption Program.
Hands of Hope.
That's another one. Gateway Woods, you may have heard of. Safi is the next one.
Okay.
I took care of that.
Thank you.
What about this one?
Woodburn Christian Children's Home.
That's another one. Another great one is Safe Families for Children, another agency you can check out. And then
Nightlight Christian Adoptions.
And then also National Youth Advocate Program. And a lot of them have different unique outreaches that they have. They might have different features and they might focus on different kinds, either, local adoption, domestic or international. Some might deal with just foster care, maybe a little bit of both. And so go through these agencies that are in the comment section.
Yes.
And you'll be able to get the contacts that you need. So we are thankful for all of the people that have gotten involved in this. So I think it's time for us to do another story. Oh, this one is precious. This one will touch your heart. I know that'll melt your heart. If you're wondering, do I do this? Am I in the right place? Should I do this? This precious couple are going to tell you about their journey. They had something really heart-wrenching that happened, but then God performed a miracle and gave them a great blessing in their life. You remember the story?
I do remember the story.
Okay, we might need to get tissues out.
I know.
It's
I'm not a
hard one.
crier, but
This
this
could
one
do it.
tugs on the heartstrings.
I know it. So we'd love for you to just take a few minutes. Their story is precious. Give us this time with the Clark family.
Hello, we are the Clark family. I am Aaron. This is my wife, Jen. We have a daughter named Lauren, and this little one here is Molly. We're going to talk to you some here today about adoption and our journey with it. So, to take you back a little bit to a few years ago, we experienced a tragedy where we ended up losing our daughter, Lauren. So she's now in heaven. One thing Lauren always wanted was to be a big sister. And we always thought, that we had hoped the plan was to have 2 kids and be a family of 4. So it was obviously very heart-wrenching and when we lost Lauren, and we wondered, but we hoped and we prayed that God still had it in the plan for us to be parents. So fast forward some to adoption, and adoption brought us Molly, who's here with us today, and we would love to tell you more about that.
Hey everyone, like Aaron said, several years ago, we unexpectedly lost Lauren, which has been extremely difficult and a very hard time. And she was our only child at the time. And we just had this great desire in our hearts to be parents again. We were hoping that it was God's plan for us to be able to be parents again. We knew that if it was God's plan, it was going to have to come through adoption or foster care or something like that. So a while after Lauren passed away, we started really praying that if this was God's will, if this was his plan for us to adopt, that he would make it clear and he would help us know and he would show us and guide us and direct us. And he did. He showed up and he wrote a story that only he can write. It really started 2 years ago with this adoption celebration. We were really starting to lean and feel that feeling in our hearts that this is what we were supposed to do. And it was exciting and it was terrifying because we had no idea how to adopt a child. We had no idea where, when, any of this stuff. And so we really were looking for some resources, some help, some ideas of what to do. And so we heard about this adoption celebration being held at the time and decided, let's go check it out. And so we walked in there And there were booths set up everywhere full of different agencies and organizations, all related to foster care and adoption. And we were deer in the headlights, and we just soaked up everything that these people had to tell us, and trying to make sense of this all, and reaching out and connecting names and contacts and all that stuff. And then at the end of the adoption celebration, Mark Schultz got on, and he gave his story of adoption. And then he sang these songs that we've heard so many times on the radio, and not knowing that they actually had a meaning of adoption behind them. And by the end of that time, the whole adoption celebration, we just knew that this was the route we were supposed to take. And now it was a matter of figuring out how to do that, and when to do that, and all of that. And so shortly after that adoption celebration, I met with Melissa Montana again and talked to her some more. She was someone I knew who had adopted. I didn't know a lot of people, and she gave me some great names and references, even some more. And we just talked and we prayed. And as we came home and talked and prayed about it, God finally started to really guide us and direct us. And it became really clear, this path that we were supposed to walk of adopting who would be Molly from Utah. So we ended up with a domestic adoption. We ended up using a consultant agency that then matched us with an agency out of Utah when Molly was born. And on January of this past year, we got the phone call that we were matched with this sweet little girl. She was not born yet, and we thought we had about 5 weeks until her birth, and she surprised us. This one, and came 3 weeks early, and we got a phone call that said, "Get to Utah now, she's coming." And it was one of the best moments that we've had. I'll let Aaron tell you more about that.
Yeah, so we got matched with her. We thought we had 5 weeks. God had different plans, and she came about 3 weeks early. So we got the call one night, very exciting. But that we basically had to get on a plane the next morning, bright and early, to go to Utah. So we did that. We got out there the next afternoon, and she had, of course, already been born. So we got to go straight from the airport to the hospital. And we got to get there and meet and start snuggling on little Molly. So it was pretty neat to already know that we were trusting God with the plan and how it was going, but then to actually get out there and realize, hey, this is happening. A little nervous, but mostly trusting God. So.
And to hold her in our arms for that very first time, if you've been a parent, if you've held a little one, that feeling. It just felt so amazing. And we just knew instantly. We knew instantly that this was the one that God had in store, picked out purposely for us to raise. He wrote a story, like I said, that only he could write. Things that were supposed to take longer than normal didn't. And a week later, we were back here with this sweet girl in our arms. We finalized her adoption in August. And now she is a healthy, hungry 9-month-old, as you can see. She is into everything. She has such a love for people, for the world. She is so inquisitive and just loves to learn and figure things out. She's crawling all over the place. She's on the brink of walking. She keeps our lives busy, but she keeps our hearts so full as well.
Yeah, I'll just add to that she always brings a smile to our face. Just the meaning of it, having, another little girl, being earthly parents again. Because we're still parents to Lauren in heaven, and just knowing that Lauren's looking down, smiling, that she's a big sister. It doesn't mean the world. It's even hard to put into words. So adoption has really blessed us and brought us, this blessing that is Molly. So I guess one thing we'd like to say is it's daunting at first, but adoption can be a very, very great thing for you, your family, or whoever is considering this. So we just encourage you to, if you're feeling led by God, to think about adoption, reach out to the resources like we did, pray about it, and see where it takes you, because we are really amazed at the results.
And we want to thank Melissa and the STAR team for the adoption celebration that they're doing. It looks different this year, but it's still just as amazing. They've got such amazing resources, and they know the agencies, they know the contacts. And honestly, we can honestly say that our adoption journey started with them. It started with this adoption celebration right here a few years ago. If you're feeling it in your heart, if you're questioning it, just reach out to people. You're welcome to reach out to us. We would love to talk to you more about it. If you're feeling it, maybe it is God telling you that he's got a plan for you that could be bigger and better and greater than you could ever imagine, and could involve a hungry little 9-month-old in your future at some point, or whatever other precious little child that he has for you, whether it's through foster care or adoption. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll be praying for you as you're on your journey.
Bye.
Bye.
That little baby girl is so precious. she's so adorable. Oh my goodness. You hear that story? That is one that you probably need to share with some other people that maybe have been through heartache or despair or discouragement and wondered, will they ever have their child, or how's this going to work? To hear the Clarks. Thank you, Jen and Aaron. We love you guys. You're precious. You're part of our family. And little Molly, I noticed she's eating snacks.
She was.
She's like you.
I know. Always eating.
She loved me. I see you brought snacks over there. You were eating
just
snacks.
A quick intermission.
Quick
intermission. We normally have refreshments when we do our adoption celebration in person, but since we're not, I thought I would just get my own refreshments.
That's okay,
for
honey. I love you. It's all right. But since we aren't together, we're glad that we can at least have this time together. We are praying that you will be encouraged at this time in your life. And I know with everything going on in the world, maybe some of your plans have gotten, kind of hijacked because you're like, wow, we really wanted to get our child or go through the paperwork and things have been backed up. Be encouraged. Don't give up, because every time we trust God for something that feels impossible, he comes through.
Every time
He comes through, and then it's a great miracle. So don't give up on this journey. Trust God for this, and something amazing will come out of that. It's still amazing to me that I, for years and years, wanted a little girl, and it didn't happen the conventional way or the way you think it was going to happen. But God meant for this to happen. So when I brought my baby home, man, we just would have never dreamed all the things we've gotten to experience.
I know.
Life has been amazing.
Yeah. And then even being able to go back to where I was born and just be in the country and the culture, it's been amazing to experience.
So great. And because of that, you're bringing it up. We do our missions trips to Guatemala. So every other year, this was going to be our year. It's so sweet. We miss our kids.
We do.
We miss our kids. We're going back. But see what can happen. You never know. Start on the journey. You're wanting to adopt or do foster care. God will bring ripple effects from that in your life. And a lot of other great things can happen that impact thousands or hundreds of other people. So don't give up on the journey. Well, how about we do a little music?
More music.
Okay. This is a guy that's been like part of our family now. We joke he needs to get a home in Fort Wayne.
He really does.
Here's so much. He is an adoptive dad. He's got a great story, and we love his music. Remember seeing him at Winter Jam?
Yes.
Oh, he rocked the roof off.
He was awesome.
He was awesome. So together, let's introduce Mr. Austin French.
Hey everybody, I'm Austin French. Hello to my STAR friends and family. Welcome to the 22nd adoption celebration. I'm Austin French, and I'm super excited to be here tonight. I was a part of last year's event, and it was incredible to be a part of. And I pray that people were inspired to adopt or figure out a way how adoption plays into their story and how they can support this cause and open up their hearts to love on families that are doing it too. And adoption is a big part of our story. We adopted a little boy out of foster care, if you don't know that. And it has been the sweetest thing in the world. To be honest, so we have 3 little kiddos. We have Coleman, who's our 5-year-old that we adopted out of foster care. Then we have a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old. And so we have adopted and biological kids in our house. And to be honest, the love in our house is so much richer because we know the love of adoption. That loving someone who really you don't owe anything to. Loving someone that's outside of your blood. Loving someone who that you could live your life and never meet and probably never be affected by. Man, adoption is reaching out to someone that is outside of you, that may even be a little uncomfortable for you to get to know. And it's beautiful because I think it paints the picture of what God does for us. That God doesn't owe us anything. God doesn't, we don't deserve anything from God. We don't earn anything from God, but he loves us so much that he sent his best to die on a cross to call me his kid, to call you his kid. He adopted you. And the adoption story in our own life shows us the picture of God painting this heart of adoption. And in my own life, I think it's important for me to live that kind of love that I was shown, and now I get to give through our little boy. So I wrote a song on my first record called Wide Open that I wrote about our adoption story, and I pray that through this process of tonight and through watching this video, that your heart would be open to see how adoption can play a part in your story too. So this song's called Wide Open. Plans, I've been the fool, thought my plans were so much bigger, so much better than yours. Pride, the only place pride ever got me was face to face with another slamming door. And don't wanna reach the end of my life and find that I missed it. And don't wanna wait till it's too late for me to start living. Gonna light a match to all my dreams, Lord, all at once, what you want from me. I'm wide open. Here I am, send me where you want me to go. I'm wide open. I surrender all to you, my heart and my soul. I'm wide, wide, wide open. Wide, wide, wide open. Wide, wide, wide open. Wide, wide, wide open. You guys have a great night.
Yay! Austin
good.
French. So good.
Every time.
He's adorable. He's
I know.
so cute.
He's one of my favorites.
He really is. I mean, he's just the real deal. So kind of fun to hear from him and hear his story at the same time. But we're going to finish with another great story. We're going to end this segment, our adoption celebration, 22nd annual, with the Blackman family. Now, they're adorable too.
Yes.
Oh, I love their story. They're unique and special, and they just feel like family to me. We love them. So we want you to hear their story. Again, another angle, another twist, another different story that you'll feel like you can probably relate to, but can't wait to see what they have for you. So if you'll just take a minute here and listen to the Blackman family.
Hi, I'm Yusanda Blackman.
And I'm Reginald Blackman.
And we are honored to be a part of this year's adoption celebration. Thank you so much, Melissa and the STAR team, for inviting us. We feel very honored. We want to share a little bit about our thoughts and feelings about the importance of adoption and fostering. Children need a safe place to be loved and to be cared for. It's probably one of the most rewarding things you'll ever do, the most selfless things you'll ever do, and the most challenging things you'll ever do. But nothing that you will be challenged by will ever equal the joy that you'll feel in giving a child a home and a place to be safe and be loved.
Yes, we actually always say that the spirit of adoption is the spirit of God. And God adopted us into his family and made us one of his own. With all of our challenges and all the things that we present that, are not good, God accepts us for who we are and takes us in for who we are. And so we love the opportunity to love on someone who just might not be so perfect, kind of like us.
Right. But even if they're not perfect, they can be a good match.
They can be a perfect match.
Come on, let's meet the rest of the Blackman bunch.
Hello, my name is Richard Blackman. I am 15 years old, and today we're going to be talking about why I think it's important to adopt. So the reason why I think it's important to adopt is because my two parents now adopted me when I was about 4 months old, and I just want to thank my biological parents because instead of aborting me, they adopted me, which I believe is the best way to go. I just want to say that I am very thankful that I'm alive today, and that my two parents are they're very, very kind and loving people, and they even took in my two younger cousins. And I just want to thank God that they gave us a second chance in life, and we didn't have to go through group homes or foster homes and stuff like that. I'm also around family that treat me well and great. I also want to thank my brothers and sisters that are very cool. They're older, and I get different perks with that. And I just want to thank God that my two parents provided me with a great and healthy relationship with God and with them as well, and different people. So that's what I think about adoption.
That's Bobby Canadian.
Oh wow, he almost did a pattern.
Can you?
Okay, can
Daddy's
you?
making me a Larry boy.
A Larry boy.
Instead, Mom.
I'm a Larry
Okay.
boy, so.
Why don't they do their board?
Okay, let's
Larry boy.
let's just let's play matching. Let's play the matching game.
After this, I can play this.
Okay. All right. All right.
First.
You can go first this time. We'll let Beautiful go first this time.
I'll be grateful.
Okay, that's good. All right. So we have a notebook and.
I'm Larry boy.
All right.
He even got ears.
Okay, that's not a match. All right. Can you please tell me what your name is? What's your name?
Larry.
Cecil Tillis. You mean Larry boy? Is your name Larry boy or Cecil Tillis?
Larry boy.
I think your name is Cecil. How old are you?
3 years old.
You're 3 years old? That's 4 fingers. 3 years old? Yes, you are. So how old will you be when you get a birthday? You'll be 4. And what about you? What's your name?
Can I do it for Beautiful Tillis?
Beautiful Tillis?
And I'm 4.
You're 4? And how old will you be when you get a birthday? 5. Yes, you will. Okay, I'll go. I'll go next. Lamb. It's a match. Oh, it's a match. All right, I got a match. Your turn, Cecil. Okay. All right.
The
The
mirror.
mirror.
That.
And
The duty.
okay.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
blood pressure cuff. It is not a match.
Can I go first?
You can go now. Okay, and a notebook. It's a match. Okay. All right. Perfect match. All right. Okay, Cecil, your turn. Mirror. And the mirror. Good job. Okay. Okay. All right. Yes, actually, you do get to go again because you got a match. We all were supposed to, actually. That's the rule. All right. There is the thermometer and a blood pressure cup. It is not a match. Turn it over.
Oh my God. I got.
Okay, let me see. I have hippo and thermometer. It is not a match. Uh-oh.
No.
All right, your turn, sweet girl.
Oh.
Hippo. Where's that other hippo? All right. See.
Come on, let's turn one over.
Let's see. Oh, it's a hippo, but it's a different hippo. All right, Cecil, it's your turn.
Can you hear it, Cecil?
Thermometer. Where's that other thermometer? Maybe. Blood pressure cup. Oh, no. Turn it over. Let's see. Thermometer. Let's see. Oh, hippo.
Oh my.
Your turn, sweet girl.
There's one
Hippo. And thermometer. Again.
So from the Blackman and Tillis family, we want to say,
Be a perfect match.
Cutest thing ever.
I know.
Oh my goodness. It's another one of those. Then your heart just swell when you
Yes.
see that. Incredible story. And they're playing their games.
I know.
Oh, I love that. Blackman family, thank you so much. Love you both. Love you all. Those kids are precious and adorable. And that's a perfect way to end our 22nd annual adoption celebration. We did it. Yay.
We did.
Together,
So
our first time to be able to do mom and daughter together. I'm Melissa Montana from Star 88.3. My daughter, Shay Montana.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it again. Okay.
Yes. Well,
Hopefully-
maybe in person.
Maybe next year we can be in person. We're believing for that. Also want to say thanks to our wonderful sponsor, Rex Patterson, Patterson Law LLC. Thank you, Rex. We love you, brother. Thank you for your heart and making sure adoptions continue on. If you have questions about anything with any of the agencies, we brought them up. They are posted. And where are those?
In the comments. So if you're on YouTube, make sure to transfer over to
Yeah.
Facebook to see all those comments.
So we love you. Thank you so much. We're praying that God will lead you with your adoption and foster care journey and know that God is in it. And if there's anything I can do or we can do, please let us know. Of course, check on all those things in the comment section, all the agencies. Rex Patterson is there for you also. We love you. God bless you. Let's do it again next year, right?
Yes. Thank you for
Yay.
tuning in.
Yes. Thank you so much. God bless you and happy adoption and foster care. We love you.